Hello and thank you for joining me. My name is Heather Forgan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Scotland. My website is stampwithnellie.com. Today I've got this little basket that contains a scented tea light inside it. Nice little gift that you could use for almost any occasion, but might make a nice little party favour or something like that as well. I have used the Playing with Patterns Designer Series paper for this one, and the main colours in this design of the paper were Calypso Coral and Crushed Curry. So I've used Crushed Curry for the base and Calypso Coral for the handle, the little strap over, and I've used Crushed Curry and I've stamped with Calypso Coral on that. I have also used the Tasteful Labels dies. And what I do when I get mine is I put a big label on it so that I don't have to search for the little name there, and it does tell you how many dies are in the pack down the bottom there. I tend to include that when I'm making my label for my pack, just so that when I put them away again I can just do a quick check and go, yep, there's 10 there, that's fine, I haven't left one on my desk somewhere. And I also take when they arrive, they come with sticky tape over them. So I cut a piece of thin magnetic sheet that I buy online, and I stick that to the sticky stuff that's already on the piece of card, and then I put my dies on that. I just find it's easier to take them off and on and move them around. The other thing that I like to do is also to just run them through my die cutting machine so that I can actually see what they look like, and particularly ones like that, it's maybe not entirely clear what that will look like. So once I've run it through my die cutting machine, I can see exactly how it is, and it also means that I've got these that I can kind of play about with. So originally when I was thinking about doing this little design, I had this one in mind for the side panels, and I had that one in mind for going across, but it didn't quite look right because it needed to be quite short either side, and I wanted it to be able to tuck in, so I could play around with my sample one there and go, yeah, that works better. So it saves you card and makes your design process a little bit easier if you've already got cutouts of them, and you can also then sort of line it up with a stamp set. So for instance, I've got this Wish for Everything, which I used for the For You in there, and I can go, right, okay, yeah, that fits quite nicely in that. Ooh, that's nice and snug in there, that kind of thing. So just a little tip, that's what I tend to do with my label die sets, to make life a little bit easier for myself. So as I say, I used this one for the front, and I've used these ones to layer up for my sentiment, and that little banner one to cover there. So let's go on and make one up. I've cut a piece off for my next one. I'm actually just using the opposite side of the same sheet. So the paper comes in 6 by 6 inches. So as you can see, I've already cut out 4 of these. The one thing that I wasn't too keen on with that is that that's a little bit flimsy on there on my prototype. So what I have also done is, not only did I cut out the designer series paper, but I also cut it out in white card as well, and I will back those two together so that it's a little bit more sturdy. So the colours on the other side of the paper are Purple Posy, Whisper White and Crushed Curry. So that's what I'm using for this other version. I have cut a piece of Purple Posy card to measure 8 centimetres by 12 centimetres. All of the dimensions and products I've used will be in my blog post, which I'll put a link to in the description below. I am using centimetres for this version, but I will also work out the inches and put that in my blog as well. So with the short edge at the top, I am using the scoring part of my paper trimmer to score at 2 centimetres in from the edge. So I'm just lining up the edge of the card there with the 2 centimetres. Turn it around and line it up again at 2 centimetres. That just means that if you've cut it slightly wide, then at least your 2 side panels will be the same. Likewise for the long side, I'm lining up at 5 centimetres this side this time. Turn it around and do 5 centimetres again. We are. That's me finished with the trimmer. I should just quickly reinforce these lines. That little hair is annoying me. Okay. And the cutting is super easy. Just cut straight down on the rectangles and chop into the square. Take that out of the way. Okay. Turn it around, exactly the same on the other side. Straight up the rectangle, chop into the square. Okay. Now I want to put some glue on my little tabs. And then fold it over, hold it in place, and do the same with the other one. Fold it over, hold it in place for a moment just so that the glue sets a bit. Now I could glue that to the outside, but I'm actually going to glue it to the inside, and that gives a neater finish on the inside, so nothing's going to catch on those little tabs there. So again, just add some glue. Onto there, fold it up, hold it in place for a moment. Same on the other side. There we are. So our little tea light candle fits in there, nice and easy. Next, I want to decorate with these bits, and as I say, what I'm going to do is add the designer series paper onto the piece of card that I cut the same, just to reinforce it. Paper makes it nice and pretty, the card makes it nice and strong. Best of both worlds. And if you're on a budget, then you don't have to worry about using your best card for that. You could use anything at all that will die cut. Okay, so because this is overlapping at the edges, I don't want to put glue onto this bit, I want to put glue onto here. And then I can just line that up. Again, that's the benefit of wet glues. You can wiggle it about a little bit. Make sure that you're not over the edge at the bottom there. And you're roughly equal. Maybe should have been over that way a little bit, but hey, not too bad. Now before I put the other bit on, I'm just going to make my life a little bit easier and put the strap on. So this is just a piece of Whisper White card that I cut to, I can't remember now. Just see, that is 1.5 centimeters wide. And I think I just did the full width of a piece of A4 on that. And just a little bit of glue top to bottom. Pop it in the middle, hold it in place. Nice and easy, and then do the same with the back piece. Perfect. Back round to the front, and I have stamped for you from the A Wish for Everything stamp set that I showed you earlier, and die cut with the smaller of the circle dies. And I want to pop this up with dimensionals so that the closure can pop behind on there, but I only want to put the dimensionals on the bottom half. So I'll do 2 there and 1 down there. Okay. And pop that roughly in the middle. That pretty? Okay. Pop that in there. Now, with this bit, I'm just going to gently curl it a little bit so that it kind of loosens up the fibres, and I want to make sure that that will pop under there nice and easily. Okay, so I'm quite happy that I want just to do that piece there. Do it in the middle. And try and do it straight so that the front bit's in the middle too. I've got more glue on my fingers. Just make sure that that's gone off a little bit. And that pops under there, just like that. How pretty is that? Nice, quick, easy little project. Lovely little party favour gift. Super simple. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I really would appreciate if you did. And you can click on the bell so that you get notified the next time I publish a YouTube video, which will hopefully be in just a couple of days' time. Until then, take care. Bye bye.